Hey guys, this is just another intro to the video. One of our subscribers, Enigmatic, submitted another support VOD for us to review. It was Maldamba on Fish Market in Platinum 5 ELO, I believe. So we review the VOD and give some tips and tricks in a ranked match that he played as Maldamba. And also just a little announcement, we are doing one VOD a month for each subscriber on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/carefreeavery. So if you are subscribed to the channel, I can do a VOD review of any gameplay you want for a subscription a month. And then we're doing that now. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check the stream out in the link down below. Anyways, off to the video. Why your mic's on for me, but as far as loadout goes, I would run Speed and Ritual Magic 1 and put this down and replace this with a different filler such as Health or Slither cooldown is the big thing.
I've been waiting for so
and then
long.
again, Chronos over Deft Hands for Maldamba. You want Chronos 2. You want at least Chronos 2 before you buy any Deft Hands on Maldamba, generally. Start out on the right side, this is fine. So play up here. Watch out for the Mave.
Blood everywhere.
Unforward on the Nando. Good stun. Okay, you don't need a double pocket Barrack here. So you just use both your heal cooldowns on Barrack when you didn't really need it. So generally what I like to do is I gourd my main tank and then I look at the off lane and then try to right click pocket who's ever there as Maldamba since my main tank has a gourd pocket. So you don't need to use both your cooldowns on Barrack here. You could have gourded him and came over here and healed Rom. That's probably what I would have done.
Watch your step.
Again, heal full health Cassie, no need for the pocket Barrack there. So don't take the fight, you take the fight. Yeah. So again, both cooldowns are used
Double.
when you didn't need to. Because you were out of the fight, but you went right back around the corner when you didn't need to. So we're almost caught up.
Suffered worse.
We're almost caught up. I wouldn't dismount there. I would have gone towards the bridge, so I would have gone where your Cassie is. I would have mounted up to where your Cassie is because your Rom doesn't need to go there. Again, don't dash up here. I can't go forward. Like, I can only stay at this level, and I don't know why. This is weird. I can't go up like I could with B1's VOD. This is weird. I'm holding. Okay, there we go. I can go down. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is better. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, basically, don't dismount up here, because you dismounted to heal the Rom when your Rom didn't need to, and he was going to go for touch anyway. So, mount up here, and then dismount, basically, because you wasted your dash cooldown, and now you're in the middle with a dash. But I would play right here, so on last minute, play, like, back here, and this is really safe for a support. This is, like, the safest spot you can play as a support on, Fish. But you should just play like back here, play this angle. You can it's just Fish is really rough especially for LOS healers. So I like Grover on this map, to be honest, because I don't need to risk myself. But just play up here, use your gourd cooldown. You have dash, you don't have dash, so you need to I would start shooting the Maeve right now and try to get her out so you don't need to worry about her, and play the LOS of Leon back here. Okay, so you're in a good spot now, but you wanna be over here so you can LOS Barrack. Barrack backs up. So just stay here and you're chilling.
Target locked.
Okay. I don't know why you went out here into ulting Vic. This is like the perfect spot for you right now, because Maeve's above you, and then you just chill here forever. If you push up here, you're getting LOS'd everywhere. The entire enemy team can see you if you push out to mid. This is another reason why Fish sucks, because if the support's capping point and then they have a retake, then the support usually just dies. Yeah, maybe you wanted to get a stun. You stunned turn, but I don't think it was worth it. You also had dash against Vickle, so remember you can dash Vickle. I wanted to split the term. That is not your job. You do not do that as a support. You can try to CC the term as a support. You do not split the term, and you do not push up against 3 backliners when the entire team's up. The only reason the only time that's acceptable Enigma is when it's only generals in turn left. Again, you dismounted and wasted your dash, so I would try to avoid that and just mount to where you're trying to dash. It's almost never worth it to dismount and dash as a support. That's a good dash back.
Double.
Mechanic. So you pushed up again and took a fight. You're playing way too aggressively as a support right now, I think. You need to play Damba aggressively in the meta right now, but like you don't win this, and you're also going to give Vic an angle on you with the Lumi pocket if you do take this fight and you try to fight the Maeve. Because Maeve just wins that every time, basically. So this was a safe position for you, but you keep giving up your good positions to just be aggressive. Barrett gets Maeve, pretty good. So you're almost at last choke, so you want to kind of play the left side. Don't dash again. I don't want you to dismount and dash again. Play the tree. This is fine right now. I can look for a fear on card soon. Dashed a little bit too early. So I think you dashed to avoid Vic ult, but you dashed at the Vic. So Vic has a sound cue on the beginning of Barrage. So you dash too early to avoid the Vic ult. As soon as you hear like the first tick of Vic ult, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but Victor has 2 sound cues. When you hear the first sound cue, that's when you want to dash, because that's when it's coming in. So it has the initiation of the ult and it has the landing sound of the ult. So when you hear the first half of it, that's when you dash to avoid it, and then you'll avoid the landing of whichever one he targeted you with. So it's just a mistimed dash, I think. So now your team playing without support, which is unfortunate. Mom gets made. Nice, team's popping.
Enemy killing spree.
Okay, reset on left side. Since it's that last choke. That's fine. Pushing kind of far up here. Push way too far up. You can't get out here. So, like, do you see where you are right now? So you're kind of just in the open. You have dash up, so you can dash to the left side here, which will be okay, but it's going to let Maeve and Vic push you kind of for free. So where I would play was I play here, generally, if I want to push up, so I have a safe spot to dash back to and I have a corner to play. Because right now, the only corner you have to play is here. And attackers have advantage on Fish Market on this side. The safest place to play is like right here, and you heal because you have a corner to play and you use your structures. Here you're just in the open. So I think the main thing right now I'm seeing is that you're just pushing up way too far as a support. I think you dashed for no reason. You weren't under any pressure. You want to save your dashes when you're under pressure. It doesn't matter because they don't push you. There, you were under pressure that time, but you were in the open again, so that's why you had to use your dash. So just kind of like chill here. I don't know why you're looking at a wall. Okay, good heal on Cassie. I would love to get a heal on your Andrew right now. I haven't seen you heal Andrew once.
Target locked.
Heal your Andrew or look for it. I think you're kind of looking for it. I couldn't tell if you were looking for it or not. But I haven't seen you heal Andrew yet, and flanks that are getting healed help enable them so much. Again.
15 seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was a decent fear. So generally with fears, you want to save it for last. Because when you fear here, right, you don't have anyone to really follow up on it because Cassie's looking for touch. So generally, if you want to ult and you want to stall, you need to save it for last touch kind of, because if you do it early, you're going to give the enemy team more time to react to it and more free push. It's the same thing for when you're touching. So like pretend like your barracks like right here and about to touch when the cart's like, say here, right? If the cart's here and your barracks starts touching here, it's giving the enemy like the advantage, and because they don't need to stay on it and they can just get off. And also, if he's touching right here, he's giving the enemy advantage by creating pressure. Barrack touches for last touch. He gives more time. He doesn't need to waste cooldowns getting there at all. This is the thing that I learned from Wadu. You want to go for last touches on last defense instead of like a little bit early. Like the touching here versus touching here makes a huge difference because you need to use less cooldowns here and you can play more defensively. And that's just something I learned from Wadu like a week ago, which was helped a lot. I think I wanted to push them off the payload before overtime activated. That's a good thought, but it doesn't work on fish. And you need to do it first because they were on the cart. So you want to do it when they're going for touch enigma. So that's how fear works. Because if they're on the cart and you fear, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't push them off far enough.
Double.
Biggest thing I'm seeing is you're wasting your dashes. You're pushing up too far, and and you're not healing your DPS enough. Also, again, Chronos over Death Hands. You're the healer. You want more heal cooldown. You're not the utility bot this game. And so I'm going to see where you start out. So what I want to see this round is basically I want to see you not dashing in after your mount. I want to see you pocket DPS harder.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
See where you start. Right side, that's good. That's where I like. Stay up. I would chill up here.
What's your stat?
So Barrack's on his mount. There's no point in healing Barrack there. Rom already dismounted and is taking a fight against the Leon. So even when you heal Rom here, you're benefiting both of you by giving yourself DR and pocketing the Rom against Leon. Healing Barrack on his mount isn't doing anything. So Cassie and Rom are your heal targets. Barrack on mount is not your heal target, and no one's even looking at Barrack right now. So you kind of just wasted your cooldown, even though it's only 3 seconds. So and yeah, Cassie just died because you're not looking at your DPS.
Double.
Dash. I would have dashed. You said VFX was bugged, but like you still need. I don't know. You guys have 50% though. Barrack's tanking like a beast. And as soon as I say that, I regret everything. But I'm not sure if I ever heal Andro this game. That's not good. I'm only seeing you heal Cassie like twice, and there was that one time you're trying to heal her at full health. Heal Cassie. You're looking for it. That's good. Pocket Rom. Pocket Rom. You have heal cooldown. Nice. You have heal cooldown. Stop going for stuns.
Enemy killing spree.
Okay, so right there you had your heal cooldown for like 6 seconds, and you were focused too much on stunning this Maeve. Stunning Maeve is good, but you want to pocket your Rom. You're the healer. You're not an off healer this game. So and your Rom kind of just died for it. I think if you pocket Rom there, he might live. He might not, but he'll buy enough time for Barrack to get back, because like he's dead now. Terminus probably dies here, but you're playing in the spot, and it was good, but like you spent like 6 seconds trying to stun the Maeve while your heal was off of cooldown. You kind of just didn't heal Rom. Heal Barrack. You can get DR. Oh! Oh, it's happening! Oh my god, it happened! Huh. Although that was not your heal target there. So that was not your heal target there for 2 reasons. Your Barrack's on point getting pressured, and he didn't have his shield cooldown, so your Barrack needs pocketing here to cap the point. And Andro got around the corner at like 3/4 HP and was getting out of combat already. So you missed and wasted your presence stuff. Like you missed once when he was already getting out of combat. He was basically full when he healed him while Barrack was still getting spammed. Like you could have even threw Gourd on Barrack and it would have been fine.
Fear me.
Nice stun. I would love to heal your Andro and push left side. So right now what I would be doing, since the cart's going to push, your support, your job's not to push the cart like at this show, because you guys aren't pushed on, the cart's getting pressured. So I would look to play like right here, and then you can heal, like you can play here, you can play here, and you can look at the LOS Andro, and you can heal your Cassie here. Or you can play down here, but you're more easily pressured now. Let's place back up with your Dombo so you can dash out. That heal on Cassie doesn't really do anything because you don't have speed, but it gives you DR, so I guess it's good enough. Look where you are. Look where the rest of your team is. You're pushing a term. Like, okay, so if Vic was pushed up here, you're basically dead. But he's probably dead too because he's white peeking multiple people. But you're way too pushed up now. You want to position yourself behind your team, so you should be on the cart right now since it's not getting pressured, and you can be farming credits instead of trying to stun term through Siphon. Look to heal your Barrack or Cassie.
A momentary relief from pain.
You're trying.
Enemy killing spree. Uh-oh. Double.
I think you need to look at healing over looking to stun people so much. Because you're trying to stun the term when like Cassie and Barrack needed healing at the same time. Heal Cassie next.
This time.
Heal Anjo. Heal Anjo. He's taking fight. Barrack wasn't in a fight. Anjo was pushing. You need to pay attention to your DPS and when they're pushing, so they can push more aggressively. This is more... I'm noticing more like awareness problems than like raw gameplay.
Enemy killing spree.
Not sure exactly what to say. What I started doing is after Jay like noticed it, because Jay said he was doing testing and he noticed that I didn't turn around as a support, and I don't turn around as a support because I default to this play style of positioning myself behind my entire team. So because that was a tip that someone gave me when I like first started playing, is like when you're playing support, try to have all of your teammates in front of you so you can see exactly who needs healing, so you don't need to be worried about turning around as much. So I started doing this habit a couple months ago of whenever I reload that I do 180 so I know what's going on around me. It's more for like IO Furia because Dom was always reloading, but that's just something that I started doing. On reloading screen, depending on the healer, should I pocket tanks or DPS more when capturing the point? If your tank's under pressure, give a tank a pocket. It depends what you're doing. You need to pocket who's ever getting pressure and who's ever applying pressure. So like, if your Anjo's going for a dive, put a heal on the Anjo to enable the dive. If your Barrack's just taking a bunch of damage, then try to pocket your Barrack through the damage. You know, but it's also on the tanks to back up when they're taking too much damage, so it makes your life easier. Basically, you enable. Heal Barrack. Heal Andrew? Nope. So that was fine. Little tip for Terminus ults and Damba, at least in my opinion. You don't dash away from it, dash the actual ults. I like that. This is a personal thing maybe, but it's safer to dash the ult than dash away from the ult unless you're under pressure. Like right here, I would have just dashed the ult into the wall so I don't need to worry about it and I can maintain my position. Here you dashed away from the ult, but you could have been getting pressured by backline or DPS up here. But they're not here right now. But it's potential that they were, so I would just would have kept my position and dashed the ult since I had it.
One! Overtime!
Again, I think you're trying to hit stuns way too much rather than focusing on trying to heal your team. Heal your ROM. Like, you try to hit a stun when your ROM was like half before putting... Like, you try to go for some core healing, so you need to prioritize healing way more. Good dash on the ROM ult. I don't know why these tanks are ulting this late in the game. It's weird. Heal Barrack good. Gourd the corner, I'd say. Save cooldown, it's fine. Okay. So you look for a stun and then turn to see if your Cassie need healing. Switch that prioritization. When May's pressuring, you were looking for a stun, but you should look at your Cassie first when your May's pressuring, because she wasn't looking at you, she was looking at one of your teammates, and you saw that. So you turn around after trying to hit a stun. But just switch the prioritization. Look at the Cassie first, give her a heal, then turn around and stun.
This time.
You didn't need a dash there. Kind of just a waste of a dash. Anything's pressured. Play this corner. Don't play out here. Play this corner because you're kind of wide peeking, or at least corner peek here. Okay, cool. Wide peeking again. pushing up when you don't need to. Heal the ROM. Heal the ROM. I would gourd the cart right now. Cool. Dash the Mabel. Why are you here? Don't play here, Enigma, please. Play a tree. Don't play the cart next to the barrack. Play a tree. Trees are your best friend. Since Genos is there and you're low, I would probably play this tree since your Cassie's here, and I like pairing supports with backliners. But, like, you shouldn't be here, especially against two backliners on the enemy team with the Lumi pocket. I would have dashed way sooner for the Mabel. You waited. I think you waited too long to dash. You should have dashed sooner to the right, in my opinion. Azink says, Enig, you're stunning way too much for not hitting many. Remember when you reload the snake is insanely long and loud. Yeah. You can. It's fine to reload and behind corners if they already know you're there. If they already know that you're there, you might as well make your presence. Like, make sure your presence is known, and hey, I'm here, but I can also stun you for 1 second. It depends, Async. It's the same thing for Grover. Like, axes for Grover are allowed, and lets the enemy team know where you are, so it makes you be able to be pushed, but you're also, if you're not throwing axes Grover, you're not outputting damage, which is why Grover's picked. Another reason why Damba is picked is to apply constant CC, but you're not going to get better if you don't play the champion. Okay, you switch to left side since you after going right side like every time, that's fine. You know the Maeve's back there. I would be, okay, so Cassie ulted, right? I would be looking at the Maeve, because I know Cassie ulted, so the Maeve's revealed. So I would be, like, playing here and looking behind so I know when the Maeve's pushing, and I would be spamming globs back here and spitting venoms just so to pressure her at least a little bit, because you know she's back here and you're just giving her the space that she wants. You're a support, but you can still deny area, especially from only a Maeve and a Cassie's here, so she's deciding to push both of you at the same time, and she loses that pretty hard. Especially, does she have Rezo? She doesn't even have Rezo. You get a stun on her, she's dead. Dash there is fine since you're getting pressured. I would try to position myself against Cassie. Why? Why? That's not how that works. You want to fear when someone's near you or you have dash up so you can get away. This is a VOD Enigma, we need to talk about it. So right now you're taking a 1v1 against a Maeve, you wasted your ult and you're missing your stuns while your Cassie's won. This is partially on your Cassie too for kind of leaving you alone against the Maeve and not taking the fight. So dropping there was fine. I would have just dropped, and I know you threw it. I think you threw the ult out of fear, but just throw the ult when you know you're going to hit it or play something. I would be playing here, and as soon as the Maeve's like in the air, because she was above, right? So you're not going to get a good fear on her, and she was going to drop for you, and I think you knew that. So I just would have played here, waited for her to go in the air or drop, and then fear her. And then Cassie could have looked because you feared, and then you can get a free stun on her, and she's probably dead. I wouldn't fear here, and I would wait longer and be more patient against a flank. That's basically what I think would do if I were in that situation. You also died with both. I saw both cooldowns up, so I would dash mid and then gourd myself. You're gonna get looked at mid, anyway, but it's going to at least make you live longer. So I would have gourded. I would have dashed and then gourded myself. To his defense, the visual for Damba Fear doesn't show how the fear is applied. That's fair.
Double. They've got a triple.
Damn, your ROM popped off.
Need to hide. Need to hide.
Going back. Don't. I want you to not dismount and dash somewhere. Okay. Again, you dismounted immediately and stunned instead of healing, and then you kind of let your Android die there. So again, make sure you're prioritizing healing over stunning, because you're not just a utility bot. You're the healer and you're the main support. And then also, you're the one that should be on the cart, so don't dash like that into Leon, because you didn't dash anything. You just dashed to reposition, and I think I personally don't like that rotation at all, because you're just in Leon LOS. You're in Leon LOS anyway, but if you're dashing somewhere, I would dash here, because you're going to get cover here, and you're going to be able to push the cart and fulfill your role. You're not doing anything here other than making Leon look at you and kind of feeding. That could have been a nice stun. You have dash again, I would dash towards the cart. You're getting pressured really hard. I would have dashed a lot sooner rather than letting Victor shred me. So dash quicker towards the cart there, in my opinion. Stay up there. Drop. I wouldn't push up here because your ROM might not get out. You shouldn't push up here because you don't have follow-up. You're putting yourself in a bad position. Don't... Okay, so you weren't low and the Maeve wasn't really pressuring you, and you used your dash cooldown. And if you're going to use your dash cooldown, dash towards your team back here, because you dashed into mid to give Maeve a wider angle. So every time when you're using your dash, you want to take away the angles that the DPS have on you so you can live longer. I would gourd the point. I haven't seen you throw a lot of gourds. That was kind of risky, but I guess it worked. You're being way too aggressive right now. There's a Genos, Leon's back here, and you're pushing up just to stun the turn. You're trying to stun way too much. You're not a DPS, you're the healer. And your Cassie's taking a 2v1 right now, so the Cassie should be in a 2v2 with you right now, and you guys would win this. And you could be stunning the Maeve and Leon right now instead of trying to stun the turn through Siphon. You're way too pushed up. You need to be with your Cassie right now. You kind of just pushed up for no reason to, I think, because you got one pick and then you just pushed up immediately, and I don't like that at all. You have dash. Again, you got the trade, but Genos could have won that if he turned around, maybe. But he just played like a sport player.
Sweet embrace.
You were safe. You were safe right here. Why'd you dash into the LOS? You left the LOS. Vic's here. You left LOS. You're safe, and then you decided to dash. Maybe you thought he was gonna nade, but you don't wanna dash anything until he does nade, and your Andrew's still pressuring him. So what I would have done is that I would have played LOS, stayed here, gourded myself, heal up, peek. Andrew's pressuring him. Put a heal on the Andrew so we can make sure we can get that pick. Where do you default to? Andrew's popping.
Watch your step.
I'd look at a heal on your Cassie next. Just help her out. Or Barrack.
30 seconds enemy killing spree.
Gorge your people. Yep.
Good night.
I would dash this. Remember, dash cleanses CC, and Maeve ult is worth it with a dash, especially if you're not under any pressure at the moment, and you weren't. So, Maeve gives you vision and allows you to position yourself how you want to be positioned. No one's looking at it. You kind of pushed up again. Yeah. You keep pushing up way too far for a support. You're playing like a DPS or you're playing like a tank a lot. Nice push. I keep seeing you just like go on the cart when there's people on the cart, or I see you pushed up where a tank should be when you should be pushing the payload. Please tell me you have Chronos. Yeah, I need Chronos 3, okay. So whenever Maeve ults and I don't have Rezel, I usually dash it so I know where she's coming from, because I get pressured more easily. You're gonna get pressured more easily if you don't know where to position yourself. So you're gonna get pressured harder when you're blind rather than without a dash, rather than when you are blind with a dash, if that makes sense.
3, 2, 1. Target locked.
Sustain me.
You dashed LOS, I guess. I personally wouldn't dash there because Maeve was still alive at the moment, so I could have get pressured and I would have saved my dash for the Maeve. If Maeve was dead and I did that, it would have been a lot better. Why'd you dash there?
Back up. Overtime.
Okay, there wasn't a lot from this mid. Your team kind of just like deleted their team. So the main thing I saw was that you were pushed up a lot of the time and using your dash when you didn't need to. So I would be saving my dashes more and using them to avoid damage rather than just using it to use the cooldown. What else was there? Also, you prioritizing stuns over healing. Just switch that prioritization, especially as Damba. If you always put healing before stuns as Damba. That's what a lot of other Dambas do. They're just like, me stun, me go stun. But you need to prioritize healing because you're playing support. So support's job is to heal your team. And it is also to apply CC, but healing comes before CC most of the time. That's the main thing. And then always do Chronos over Deft Hands or Morale first, at least. Usually get Chronos 2 on Damba before buying another item most of the time, and that's for most supports. The only support you really buy Morale Boost on before Chronos is Io and Ying. Maybe Grover against certain comps, but in this current meta, Roots is just so good, so you buy Chronos. And then Io is a like Rezil Nimble Master item. There were some harsh moments, admittedly, but I've known Enigma since the beginning of the Twitch channel, basically, so no cruel intentions. Anyways, I hope you guys learned some things about Moldamba as well during this voting session, can take some things from it. If any of you have feedback for my voting style, or for what you think Enigma can do better, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, that's all for me for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!